stare into the bright light. Okay. So, tell us your name and what you do.
Michael Royster, I'm a real estate broker. I also do a fair amount of lending for my client base.
Okay. And tell me how you came to be a real estate broker and a lender. If I were one of your clients, what would you tell me about yourself?
Well, let's see, what would I say? Most of my stuff is referral or repeat business.
Okay.
So
well, a referral business. I mean, people that are referred are much more inclined to do business with you, but it's not perfect, right?
Absolutely.
So they want to get to know you some. So tell me about you.
Usually I start out on the basis of asking them how I can help them.
Sure. Well, I've got a project that I'm working on. I'd like to buy this commercial building. I need about $1.5 million. I've got about $250,000 of my own money. The building's 5 years old. It's in a really good location. The banks are not quite as interested because they're concerned about my debt ratio in my business right now. My profitability isn't as high as it could be. But by buying the building, I know based on increases that will happen in in the value of the property over the next few years that it's the right thing to do for my business.
How's your credit?
My credit's perfect. I've got an 820.
Okay.
And my business credit's around 74.
Time frame for getting this done?
Within the next, I'd like to have it done within the next 90 days if possible.
Okay. When do you want to get together?
Right now. Can we talk for a little bit? Tell me a little bit more about you. Tell me how you work. What do you do?
Well, let's see. I've been a broker, real estate broker for about 30 years, and I've been actively doing lending for the last 8 to 9 years.
Yeah.
Primarily residential, but I do have commercial credentials and background, and certainly able to help you in that area.
Seems like a lot of guys have about your amount of experience and stuff. It seems like there's a few of the guys I've talked to are pretty, they've got a lot of experience too. And how come everybody just does residential?
Well, it's probably everybody that you've been talking to. There is a very active community for commercial. If that is what your focus is, why would you necessarily have contacted someone?
Can't hear.
Speak
louder.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's a testosterone group, Mike.
The shy guys in there.
Yeah. That's why they sit in back, because they're afraid and shy.
My curiosity would be why would you be contacting me? You were referred to me
I
as
was referred to you. A friend of mine did some business with you, and so they suggested that I talk to you. Okay, that's good. That's good. So is this about how an average conversation goes with any sales event? People kind of give you this litany of things that they've done and that kind of thing. So let me just ask you a few questions if I could.
Sure.
What was the thing that made you decide to get into the real estate brokerage business and investing?
A continuation of what I'd done in graduate school. I took a degree in real estate. Was fascinated by the subject.
Okay, fascinated how?
The diversity of it, the opportunity to create and innovate, and there was no single day that was going to be like any other day. A much greater opportunity to be in business for myself as opposed to having to work in a corporate environment.
Why did you choose real estate though?
It sparked my imagination.
How?
It gave it the opportunity to expand in whatever direction had the greatest interest for me. I wish I could be more specific.
So it gave you some freedom, it sounds like to me.
Absolutely. Freedom is huge in my list of what's important.
Okay, so freedom is, how come freedom is important to you? What about freedom specifically is important?
I probably had more structure when I was growing up than I needed.
Okay, so what does that mean, having more structure?
Mom kept telling me what to do.
Mom told you what to do?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. And what did that mean, Mom telling you what to do? And how did that manifest itself for you?
A need to exert independence.
Okay, good. So now that write this down, a need to exert independence. Now that you've had this opportunity to be in real estate, be in brokerage, a brokerage for a long time, and you're doing investing, what has that meant to you personally?
The process of self-actualization is probably the sweetest experience that I can recall in the creative part of life. Being able to do that which you envision as a dream in real time is fabulous.
Have other people helped you along the way?
Certainly, going to various seminars, either directly related to real estate or cognates, such as how to persuade.
Okay, good, very good, okay. Now, that's a much different story, right? Than he told in the beginning. Now, I'm just going to tell his story using the myth model format. Can we switch places?
Certainly.
Okay. So now, he's my client, he's my potential client, and so go ahead and ask me a couple of questions, that you might be.
So, I'm looking to put this project together. Could you give me a little insight into how you might be able to help me with this as opposed to some of the other people I've been talking to?
Yeah, I'd like to just ask you a couple of questions if I could before that. Tell me what's important to you about getting this done.
Speed is certainly there, and also having the totality of the transaction be free of the risks that I have seen others fall into, where they signed up for something that had too many restraints, too many possibilities for loss of the transaction because of catchphrases in the language for the financing, that sort of thing.
So let's set that aside for a second. What will having this building mean to you? That's because I think these are really important, but I just want to know, what's this going to mean to you, to your business, to your future?
It's the next step. It's what I've been building toward. It's a realization of a dream for me.
Okay, realization of a dream.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing that, because I've got to tell you this. My own business is a realization of my dream. I spent some time as I was growing up. I was in a very structured environment. I didn't have, really the opportunity to realize my own dreams. I only had the opportunity to realize the dream that my parents had for me. And that's what really led me into real estate brokerage and investing. I love to see people self-actualize. I love them to have the opportunity to be independent. And it sounds like this building will give you some additional independence in your business. And so that's what got me involved in investing in the first place. Now, I work with a number of different people. It's primarily primarily residential real estate that I do, but I also do some commercial investing as well. And for me, it's important to find a real fit with people that I can connect with in a way. And the reason that's important to me is because as I went through my life, there were important mentors in my life, people who helped me and gave me information. And the position that I see myself in today is not just a money lender, because you can get money from anybody, but I see myself as a real partner in not your business, because your business is effective or it's not effective now. And if it is, we'll make a good business decision on that. But a partnership in your own dream and helping you achieve your dream. And to me, there's nothing more valuable than the expression on people's faces when they can realize their real dream for the first time. That's what I do. You have to call it mortgage brokerage or lending, because that's what I do. But in reality, my real passion is helping people achieve their dreams. So I look for people like you who are passionate about finding their dreams first, and then we find out a way to make that happen. So that's what I'm about, and I'd like to spend just a little bit of time finding out more about what we can do to get you started. Would you like to just go ahead and start the process with me now?
Absolutely.
Great.